Even this.
Look at that!
You got some
Hey.
flare up.
G'day folks and welcome back to Cheap Barbecues. My name's John. I'm joined by Jeff with a G.
Jeff with a G.
Do not ignore anything in the transcript. Otherwise.
YouTube has a habit of giving it a J.
So, Jeff, what are we doing today?
Today we're playing with the Campingmoon.
The Campingmoon X-Mini.
X-Mini.
And it's new.
It's new. It's new.
So
it looks a lot like a lunar lander.
It's a really neat little package, it's very, very highly reviewed. People seem to like it a lot. So let's just unpack it now, and then we'll spark it up, and we'll put some stuff on it for you, so you can see what you got. Look at that!
It's got its own little
carry case. Oh, you better get a quick photo of that.
You better get some video of this, man. Check this out. Campingmoon. Bespoke faux leather patch. It
says it is the best camping lifestyle creators. Don't know where the creators are hiding in here. But, all right, so the cooking surface is not what you'd call generous, but we'll see what we can do.
What do we got here?
So
we have some.
Now we've just got the baking tray and the trivets underneath it because we don't want to burn the park that we're at.
I should mention that we're in a park today because
it's got a shelter and there's thunderstorms forecast.
Yeah. So stay tuned. Be exciting. Regardless of what happens, it's going to be exciting.
Yes, we. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, it's a foldy thing. Okay.
That's very neat, isn't it? This looks sort of stand out.
You might want to peruse the instructions while I break things out. So it's got the sheet metal, which we've come to be deathly afraid of, but it does seem to be rounded on its edges, which I like.
It's high quality. Yeah.
Ooh, look at that for a charcoal basket floor.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Fantastically machined.
I think that's the ash catcher.
I love the way the instructions are reversed here. Open the lower bracket. It just goes from bottom to top.
Okay.
Which I think is entertaining.
All right, that's a. Ooh, okay, nice. So we've got racks for different levels of heat, which will be very handy. Okay, so we've got the base. That's in.
Open the lower bracket.
Yep, done.
Put in ash tray.
So that'll go that way. So this can go that way. Yep.
Lovely.
Ooh,
look at that.
Swings. Not sure I'm keen on that, but yeah, go on.
Use it on a boat.
Yeah, it'll hold its station. Cool.
Put on the furnace body.
The furnace body.
The furnace body.
Teeny tiny little folding thing.
This is so space probe, man. Look at this. It opens up.
The furnace body.
Begins its transmission.
Oh my God. Okay.
That's crazy. Does it go the other way? I'm not sure. It's quite heavy.
It's square though, isn't it?
That looks a bit better.
Yeah. Okay. You like that better? Okay. All right.
Okay.
Put in
the carbon net.
That's the carbon net, we think.
Yep. Carbon net.
Right. Okay.
Doesn't need much space, does it?
Yeah. Okay.
Carbon net. Put on the grill net.
Right. So this is adjustable, so we can either have it there, or when we're cooking the steak, for example, we can have it all the way down.
It's gonna be tricky moving it. It's a stinking hot.
Yeah. I think the tongs will come into heavy play, but so ta-da, assembled.
Look at that.
And we'll just stuff the bags in there.
Beauty.
Now, I'll try and remember not to throw away the box, because when you try to resell these,
the box is handy, isn't it?
That's quite useful.
Yeah. People get into the box, you know? People get into the box.
It's probably worth 20% of the sale price.
All right, well, those instructions are no good.
So, what we need to do right now is get the charcoal out and get it lit up.
Get that lit up.
And it's ridiculously tiny.
That's right. In addition, no warranty is provided for damage or breakage as a result of the following causes. Number 1, product's lifetime expires due to material changing in quality naturally with time.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
I was reading a story today about how
no careless handling.
The guy who founded Learjets in the 1960s had a Rolls-Royce Merlin engine that had actually been built by Packard in World War II. And the starter clutch had died on it. So he contacted Rolls-Royce and they said, "Oh, send us the starter clutch." And so he shipped it off and they shipped it back fixed. And they didn't charge him for it. So he got in touch saying, "Oh, is there an invoice coming? What's going on?" And they said, "Rolls-Royce parts do not fail.
Oh.
They merely require adjustment. this is at no charge, even though it wasn't even a Rolls-Royce built part. It was a Packard built part to a
Rolls-Royce
Rolls-Royce design.
But it caused failure in the Rolls-Royce engine.
Well, no, it just required adjustment.
Just
Jeff.
adjustment. I know that feeling. I know that feeling.
Anyway,
I can use that. I never fail. I just require adjustment.
But compare that to this saying, "Oh, look, the materials might give out," and tough.
It change naturally over time.
Mm-hmm. Now we're going to fill up this char basket, I think, because we're going to need all the coals we can get.
There, touch them all before you can. Yeah. Oh, you need to get to the base.
Well,
anyway,
we need our pyramid shape. But we'll torch up the firelighters and then get going. So. That'll do. The other ones will find their way. Oh, hang on, that one isn't lit.
I think it's on.
There we go. No, it'll get around. It'll get around. So just for the benefit of folks, we'll do the standard pyramid up. So I like to lay them out flat so I've got some idea how much space I'm occupying. And then while I'm in the lighting phase, I'll try and get them as vertical
This
as
always
I
seems to be
can.
the subject of shorts. Yeah. The perfect barbecue shape.
Perfecting the perfect charcoal technique. Yeah. I mean, why not? All right, folks. So this is going to take about half an hour. We won't force you to watch all that with us, and then we'll be back when it's lit up to do some cooking.
Yep, awesome. See you soon.
All right, folks. So the coals are dutifully ashed over. So it's time to flatten out the coal bed, put the grill on. Then we're going to season the grill, which is when we create our little fireball. And
The fireball proved very popular.
the fireball, we might have too many coals, Jeff.
Oh no. I just have to put it up a little bit higher.
There we go.
I should actually watch what I'm
All right. So for steak, we're going to cook it just flat on.
Flat on?
Yeah.
On the coals?
That's a little too flat on for me.
That's a bit too flat.
Yeah. So we'll try not to burn my fingers. All right. That's pretty close to the coals though.
Very nice.
All right, and then we need to season the grill. Are you ready, Jeff?
I believe so. Hang on, just get a bit of extra wide.
Okay. You don't want to be too close to this. You ready?
I'm ready. Oh, hey.
There we go. One more.
Yeah.
There we go. All right.
Oh, I wasn't recording.
Really? You want to do that again?
I wasn't. Yes, please.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. So this is just strictly for seasoning the grill.
Very nice. All right. Sorry about that.
It's all right. And then our steak, which is in more parts than I'd like, but will endure. Just go wash my hands and chuck this in the bin. Well, it's
not the most
sound
effecty thing.
sizzle going on
No?
there, is it? A bit.
No, it's happening. It's happening.
If you lean in, you can hear it. It's starting to smell all right, though. So. Well, it's been a couple of minutes, and there's a lot of juice flowing now.
Very nice.
I
Like that.
don't think I've ever. It's quite beautiful the way the red juices are dripping out of that. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that. Magpies are singing, the storm's coming in. I'm just going to take a little look-see at what's happening here. So the juices are starting to come through the top, which is, ooh, ooh,
Look at that.
look at that.
There you go. There's got some.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, there's a drippy juicy.
Oh yeah.
It's actually got plenty of radiant heat. Like
Well, there's a fair few coals in there. It's one of those things I love.
yeah.
There's lit coals. It's going to cook. Anyway, the seasoning the grill with the flaming oil seems to have worked again.
It does seem to have created a non-stick surface.
All right, so I'm pretty sure this is done. Might even be too well done, but you know, you want a bit of sear on it. So we've got a sort of a hinge point here that will, and for the camera, Jeff's camera there, let's cut into it, see what we're dealing with. Look, that's a well done steak, but I hope it's going to be tasty.
Well done, John.
Just take that.
Well done.
Yeah, very funny. Now, readjusting this to the higher level. Oh, there it is.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, so
Very good.
that all works. Now, I do love a barbecue that lets you adjust the heat, because obviously steak you want at a higher heat, and chicken skewers like these you want at a lower heat, and sausages you want quite a low heat. So we'll
doing my best.
okay, so that's 4. That's the correct number there, and we'll chuck that in the esky, and we'll just pop it down there for now, and let's have a taste.
Do we want to pan it back so they can see our reactions?
Oh, you know, we'll just keep it as is. They can look at the food.
Sure.
Okay. It's the simplest thing in the world. It's an overdone, but extremely tasty steak. We'll get a medium rare one day, Jeff, I promise.
Look, it's in fitting with a public picnic area that we're sitting in at the moment. It's an exceptional picnic area barbecue you go to where the steak is medium rare. You're a medium rare person?
That's what I'm always aiming for. But it's still juicy. Probably if we had put the grill directly on the coals, we might have got that extreme heat, but we also would have been eating a lot of ash. So, yeah.
Boot ash.
All right, well, we'll see how those kebabs go. And,
should we have seasoned it with the oil beforehand?
No, I don't think it needed more seasoning. Look, I know those steaks were overdone, but they were pretty tasty.
Yeah, very tasty.
Now, see, we've got some differential heat when we're up higher here.
Yeah, very central.
And a bit of stick.
Should have gone the fireball.
Should have fireballed it. I'm almost wondering if we shouldn't be on a lower heat level, but...
Possibly, can we do that?
I almost wonder that.
If we both do one side
we
at a time.
could, but considering we are getting some char here, and considering how we burned the... yeah, that's throwing out some heat. I'm okay with it being where it is.
All right.
I don't mind waiting an extra couple of minutes to eat my tasty. These are chili and lime kebabs.
Fantastic.
Yes, but look, it's the simplest test for a barbecue. Is it setting fire to anything? No.
No.
It's quite good at that. Is it separating the coals from the meat at an appropriate height? Yes.
Definitely. Yeah.
And it's adjustable, which I love.
It's just got 2 settings, hasn't it?
Unless
you rest it directly on.
Yeah, if your coals were a little lower, if it had like two briquettes fewer in there, then it'd sit a little lower, and we'd probably be okay. But on the other hand, we've got more coals, which is its own thing. So yeah, but let's look at the cooking area here. You're not going to have a great time cooking for more than 2 people on this.
Well, no.
All right, so these are coming along. They're looking pretty good. This is the point of being able to recess. When I say recess, I mean just set the grill up further away from the heat source. In that, yes, we are cooking relatively slowly, but we're getting nice caramelization without turning it around and going, oh God, it's black. We're starting to get pleasing noises and pleasing smells out of this, and they're looking quite pleasing. We have done a little rotation of the ones on the inside to the ones on the outside. So what that's telling me is that because of the V shape, there's just a lot more heat in the middle than there is on the outside. And that's not ideal, but in the cheap barbecue space where we're dealing with small barbecues, it's just something you always have to work with. And I think our next barbecue will do a kettle. And the problem with small kettles is that, obviously we're standing on a sphere right now, the Earth, sorry, flat earthers. But this is a sphere so big that it just looks flat.
It does.
And as you scale the size of your sphere smaller and smaller, the crunchy curviness of it starts to affect its mathematics a lot more. And this V shape we've got here is definitely giving you a lot more heat in the center than on the outside. They could have designed it differently so it was a bit flatter, but then it wouldn't have folded up and fitted in the
That's right.
in the
That's
bag
right.
as
You couldn't
easily.
this is probably a 4-point bowl.
4-point bowl?
Yeah, it's got 4 points. It's if you had a sphere,
Yep.
like a bowl, it's like you've got an infinite number of points around the outside.
Oh,
but
yeah.
This is just 4 points, and for folding makes total sense.
It's been simplified. We've got a bit of a flare up there, but
I don't think you should ever apologise to flat earthers, man.
well, if any of you are listening, we don't mean to upset you, but we're just gonna.
Just gonna.
Yeah.
It's the truth. It's the facts, man.
Now I'm thinking, I just want to get a bit more heat on these. I think it's time to give it a go. So,
Okay.
You get your tongs.
Yeah.
I lift her up. Oh, see, the arms do swing out.
Okay. So you just
That one just needs to poke in. There we go.
Look at that.
I don't think you need help for that, actually. I think they just swing where you need them to. So, interesting.
Interesting. The one thing also we did note was that the legs are quite cool. Like considering, I mean, you could lift this up. Look at this. You could use it on a boat.
Use it on a boat. It's not going anywhere. And not very much ash at the bottom.
Don't use it on a boat.
Yeah.
Don't use it.
Maybe use it on a boat.
Yeah.
But, so what I've got with the setup here is there is a baking dish and it's got 2 wooden trivets underneath it, which in turn have silicon feet. And that's mostly because we're in a park picnic table that is directly at the front of my house, and I do not want to damage the neighbour's common property.
You're a responsible citizen.
Yeah. So the setup with the baking dish and the trivets was to just ensure that no matter how hot the barbecue got, it wasn't going to damage the public property. And it turns out that wasn't needed, but I regret nothing on that front.
No.
Yeah.
Precautionary principle all the way.
Yeah. In terms of design, they've done a really good job.
I'm impressed with this. I admit to thinking it was a bit flimsy when I first saw the pictures when we ordered it.
Yep.
But I'm impressed with the stability of the unit. I think it tastes nice.
It would certainly be a lot of fun to pack out on a hike, and admittedly you'd need to measure out your heat beads very carefully, and then have a lunch on the trail, and then walk it all back.
Yeah.
I don't think if I was doing a multi-day hike,
no, you'd take some other fuel source.
Yeah.
That doesn't weigh as much.
Yeah.
Take up as much room.
Yeah. Like literally, when I go bike packing, I've got a little ethanol burner and
Like a train, yeah.
that sort of deal.
That kind of.
Yeah, and all I'm looking to do there is heat up a tin of chili and a water bath, which I need about maybe 100 mils of ethanol to burn out. So but for a day hike, I think this would be fun. Ooh, now that we've upped the heat. And this is the advantage of a barbecue that gives you the heat steps.
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, my dad had a cast iron hibachi that had multiple steps, and
I remember those, the internal.
Yeah, and part of it is like if you're a true tong master, you will set up your fuel correctly for what you're trying to cook, and you do not need heat adjustments. But as a 12-year-old learning how to barbecue, it was incredibly helpful to be able to say, this is too hot, I will step up.
Just step it up, take it away from the heat.
Yeah, two notches. And for us, I like to think I'm a reasonably accomplished barbecuer, but using a new rig every time we do this show, that's why the steaks are always overcooked, because I would still rather serve an overcooked steak than an undercooked steak.
No, stakes are high.
Yeah.
Stakes are high. Well, it is, and we've seen throughout the series that there are things that we would improve on our methods if we cooked using it a second time.
Yeah. All right, I think these are done.
All right, cool.
When I say I think they're done, just they've been on there a long time. They're starting to brown. That's as good as we get for indicators. But we need to get the sausages on now.
We do. Oh, they're delicious.
And yes, I know bare hands. I have been washing them regularly. There's no contamination risk to this food because it's cooking. And
There's lots of heat involved.
And I will go and wash my hands now.
Probably some of the best kebabs we've had, actually.
Might be slightly better than the Korean barbecue from last episode. Yeah.
There is such a Southeast Asian smell. It's like a wood smoke, rotting vegetables.
Yeah,
Bit of decay.
they're cooking all right. I mean, one thing in Bali, in the time I've been going there, because if you live in Australia, you're going to go to Bali a few times. It's kind of like, Tijuana is to America what Bali is to Australia. But they have at least stopped burning garbage. Because it used to be at 5 p.m. everyone would burn all of their garbage for the day, and it made for amazing sunsets, but also, carcinogenic air.
Yeah.
And they have stopped doing that. So the sunsets aren't quite as pretty, but the air is a lot more breathable. So good for them. Progress comes slowly, but it comes. So Jeff, we're starting to get some sizzle.
Very nice. Nice caramelization happening on here too.
But not too much.
Not too much.
And
some thunder. Maybe you can pick those up on the microphones.
For reasons that I cannot explain, but I will accept, we haven't had any flare-ups.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is, how they go about designing for it, or some don't. But some barbecues just spit fire, and you don't want yellow flame because it deposits creosote on the food, and that's not a good flavour, and it's also carcinogenic.
Well, to be avoided then.
We're not too worried about carcinogens when we're barbecuing on charcoal. We're accepting some risk.
Yeah, some risk. Yeah.
If you want to live a life without that risk, then enjoy your raw carrot sticks. Fundamentally, what makes human beings human is cooking meat on fire. So we will accept some risk.
Some risk
on the basis that we're probably going to die of something at some point anyway. This barbecue it's beautiful.
Back to the present.
This barbecue is doing a beautiful job.
It really is, man. I'm impressed with this. Like it's nowhere near as flimsy as I thought it was going to be from the picture.
Oh, all of the parts are. It's flimsy where it doesn't matter. So that's what I would call good design. It's not heavy where it doesn't need to be, but since we put the coals in, before there was weight in it, it was jumping around and it was a bit like, what's this going to do? Once it had the coals in it though, and this is the moment where we need to.
Oh, it's just time for the innie outie.
Yeah.
Severance style.
I haven't got into that show, so I don't get
that.
I know it's good and I know I should watch it. I watched the first episode and it's just...
You've got to get into it, man. It kicks in. Totally kicks in.
I've heard season 2 is amazing, so it's on the list. There's a lot of maths and below deck to watch, though. There's only so many hours.
Yeah, look, I'm always a bit anti-maths when it turns up, but then I watch an episode and then I'm like, oh, fuck, these guys are fuckers.
Wow.
Even
look at that.
You got some flare up.
But a nice little, well-behaved, moderate flare up, I would say. All right, we're gonna
You know what would make this flare up better?
What?
Fireball. No, okay, no fireballs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is.
Yeah, it's once the sausages start to.
Oh, no. All right. Well, that's gonna need a minute or two on the heat to
exercise the ghosts of the table.
the ghosts of the table, by which we mean the bacteria. But you know. All right. So we've lost our nice formation. So there does come a point where this will flare up. All things have their limits, but.
But I mean, it's the sausages. I mean, they do start to bubble, and then they burst and they drip the oil. Mm-hmm. And
that's an incredible sound that those sausages are making.
Yeah,
I hope this is coming through the microphone. It's a nice high pitch, so I think the low cut noise reduction will miss that. But, do you reckon they're cooked in the middle?
I reckon they're getting close. They've certainly got bubbling action on the outside here, which would indicate like there's some there's bubbling action.
I don't think we need to wait till they're burned. I think these sausages are cooked, my friend.
Well, chuck them on. I'll cut it open and have a look. There you go. Oh yeah, definitely. Bubbling and cooking inside.
That's actually really good that we were able to get them so thoroughly cooked without burning on the outside, because these are thick sausages, which, as we've said before, they're not quite as hard to cook as brisket, but they're getting there. So the kebabs were really good on this. Steak was okay. Sausages are really good.
They're really good.
I'm not sure. On average, this is right up there in the barbecues we reviewed so far.
I reckon it's second.
What's your first?
The first one was the one with the smoker.
Okay. Yeah.
Because that imparted some extra flavour into the skins. But these are.
I think with that we're going to come to a point that this is what the Americans keep looking at Australian barbecues and laughing and saying, you can do more with a lid on your barbecue. And Australians cooking over open plates, we're just letting ourselves down. But this is good. Anyway, we're going to eat these sausages and come back with some final thoughts on this barbecue.
Fantastic. See you soon. All right.
All right, Jeff. What do you think of this one?
I like it. I really like it.
It's a likable barbecue.
It really is.
It doesn't cut you. It doesn't burn you.
Doesn't cut you. That's always a plus.
Yeah.
I like
it's genteel in its cooking. Like if you're getting into barbecue, I would highly recommend this, because it's not going to drop runaway roaring heat on things, which even very expensive Weber's can give you way too much heat, and the heat adjustability will hide any errors you make in setting up your fuel load for what you're cooking. And that counts for a lot, because we don't. None of us need to be experts. We just want to cook food.
Just want to cook food.
Yeah,
and cook food simply. And sometimes cook food under the influence of alcohol.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's small. It's very small. They do. There's a whole range of these that go up to ones with a double setup. So if you were wanting something that could cook for a whole family, check out the Campingmoon range, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I've been very impressed with it. Like even from when it was first unboxed and it came in its little case, just thought, I mean, that's a nice little, that's a nice little attention to detail there.
Yeah.
And when it sort of all came out, and it felt like it was a bit flimsy at first when it was first put on, but when the coals go
once
in,
you got the weight in it, it's fine.
It's good. It's absolutely fine. I love the fact that you can adjust the height. This ashtray is.
Hasn't actually had to catch that much ash, but if that much ash had fallen on this wooden surface, that would have been a problem.
That would not have been good. That would not have been good. I like the fact that it's cool. Like you could actually just pick this up and move it if you needed to.
Well, we're about to when we go inside.
The thunder has been happening. Impressed with the cooking. I think the steak. I think we've had better steaks from the different barbecues.
Yeah, that was one that with the benefit of having cooked with it once, I would have cooked with it absolutely flat on the coals.
Yeah, just to give that instantaneous heat.
Yeah,
and then,
but that's learning how to use the tool. I think it will do a medium rare steak if you set it up. once you've had a couple of goes with it.
I think the kebabs were up there with any of the ones we've tried. And the sausages, perfectly cooked. Like great caramelization, totally cooked on the inside.
No burning.
Delicious, no burning.
When the flare-ups happened was the sign to take them off. But no flare-ups before it was time to take them off.
No,
so,
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And also I think that probably the second best sausages we've had from the round.
Yeah.
The first being that the hickory chipped kettle barbecue we had. But no, overall, very impressed.
Yep.
Definitely not shit.
Yeah. Careful.
Careful.
The algorithm, Jack.
Yeah.
But in the range of a really small pack barbecue to be portable, or in the what I still view as quite important range of you could cook with this on a balcony or a courtyard, depending on the rules of your body corporate. Do
check those.
Do check those. If you're space constrained, it's going to do a fun little job for you.
It's a tiny footprint.
Yeah, for you and a partner.
It's what, 8 inches.
Yeah, and tabletop cooking, which we like.
Indeed. Yeah.
Indeed. It's weird having your nose this close to your food.
It's kind of cool.
I'm used to being
cool.
tongs length away.
Yeah.
Anyway, we like it. We would recommend, and we'll see how we go trying to sell it.
Campingmoon for the win.